So you have a tie, first one I think since you've been here in Philadelphia. How do you view this? I mean,
For me, I'm not happy, about it because, but I am, more proud of how we fought in the end because that goal line stands that we had to keep them holding with three, that was big. We could have easily folded right there, and we could have been talking about a loss, right now. I look at, we got a lot of work to do. But at the end of the day, we're going to stay together, So I'm not really, worried about it. I know the Bengals was going to come in and they was going to fight. Every team we match up against, they going to fight. So it ain't no easy wins, ain't no easy games. So, I think that I just love that we all stuck together through all that stuff that happened. And we just messed up in the end. We can't do that.
Rob and then Jamie.
BG, you guys got after Joe Burrow, sacked him 8 times. How frustrating is it that despite all that pressure on him, the defense, again, for a third straight game, wasn't able to force any turnovers?
I know it's we gotta do better with that. We was talking about it out there on trying to make turnover plays. They did a good job protecting the ball, and opportunities came for us to get the ball, and we just didn't get it. But I will say we've stayed together through all the adversity we went through in this game, and we just gonna come in Wednesday ready to work.
Jamie and then Les.
Brandon, the fact that you guys, after 3 weeks of the season, still haven't won a football game, can you speak to the mood of this team? What is it like in that locker room?
Everybody's still together. Everybody know was today towards the end was most of the game was on us. Pre-snap penalties that killed us in the end too, getting us out of field goal range, and that's something that Doug preaches all the time. Don't beat ourselves, and so. I know that the team, he hasn't lost the team. Ain't nobody worried. We just know we just got to get a W. And things will definitely start to take care of themselves. But us giving up on each other, nah, we work too hard for that.
Les and then Ed Benkin.
Hey, Brandon, you said that Doug hasn't lost the team, but what did you think when the Eagles lined up to punt with 19 seconds left in overtime? What kind of message did that send to you?
Well, he had to do what he had to do. We make it's tough decisions that had to be made. We trust Coach, and that's just what it is. We trust that he gonna put us in the position. So if we miss that field goal and then they go down and kick a field goal off one play, what I'm saying, that they get in field goal range and we lose the game, then it's like, oh, you getting them on that. So I trust Coach. I'm not worried about nothing else. Coach definitely make the right decisions on whatever he feel for this team. So I got his back.
But could he have trusted you a little bit there? I mean, they would have had to do something pretty strong in 19 seconds to kick a field goal and win the game. Couldn't your defense have stopped them from doing that?
But Coach did what he did, man. I'm going to ride with that, and that's as far as I'm going to go with it.
Thank you.
Ed and then Nick.
Hi, Brandon. You and a lot of the guys have been saying during the week that you're close and you're this much closer to turning things around. But when these mistakes keep adding up, does it get to a point if you start to wonder maybe you're not as close as you think you are to getting this thing turned around?
Man, nah, that's just you talking. I ain't worried about it. We going to come in, we going to get it right. You know what I'm saying? I know that for us, we put too much time and effort into this thing. And, stuff happened in the game that, you're not proud of sometimes. And, what I will say, we going to stand tall through it all and we going to get it right. You know what I'm saying? And we've been underdogs ever since I've been here. As soon as things go bad, people want to start panicking. We ain't panicking. We just know it's a different type of year and we going to get it right.
We have time for 2 more, so let's go Nick and then Bo.
Hi, PG. You mentioned it's a different type of year. It was a different kind of training camp. In retrospect, do you think you guys were prepared for this season when it started?
I think we got great coaches. I'm not worried about anything. I know a lot of this stuff is self-inflicting, stuff that we can control, and we're gonna get it right. I think that I don't make excuses. All I know is I just go to work, and I know that we go to work when it's time to go to work. And things happen in the game that sometimes hey, we just not proud of, that we make mistakes. I jumped off sides. I wasn't proud of that. I've been doing good off watching that ball. But, mistakes happen. But I will say we don't give up on each other because we put too much time and effort into this thing. And, I know the coaches do too. I love Coach Schwartz because Schwartz definitely put us in position to make plays. But sometimes, we make our own mistakes on the field by not communicating sometimes, by not doing the technique that we've been taught to do sometimes because things, move fast in the game and you're going to make mistakes. But I love how we rally together at the end and we can build off that.
Last one here with Bo.
Hey, Brandon, the TV cameras at the end showed Matt Pryor on the sidelines getting pretty emotional after his false start on what would have been the field goal. Did you have a chance to talk to him or see him in the locker room afterwards?
That's a guy I know it means something to him. If he wasn't mad, I'd be, questioning something. But, I know that Pryor definitely worked his butt off. He's happy for the opportunity that he got. He took care of business when he was in there. But, he gotta not make that mistake next time. And I know he will make up for that.
I was wondering if you guys as a team have any anger with the fact that you guys ended this game in a tie. Coach was saying, that you guys talked about being disappointed, but is anyone angry in this room that you guys are 0-2-1 now?
It's definitely very upsetting. When you talk about anger, it can go a couple of different ways. So I think the biggest phrase right now will be very upsetting. You've seen some good, and then you've seen some bad, and at the end of the day, that's not our standard. We play this game to win. Philadelphia Eagles, we have one standard, and that's win at home and not playing for a tie or a loss.
Les and then Bo Wolf.
Jalen, what kind of message does the team take from punting with 19 seconds left in overtime?
Yeah, unfortunately, we were in field goal range. Coach always preaches, don't have any self-inflicted, penalties. We had a couple of those, and of course, we would have loved to kick that field goal, but I think it was just a little bit out of Jake's range. So at that point, you really don't have a choice.
Bo and then Murray.
Jalen, you said just now that one of the things that you guys pride yourselves on is not playing for a tie or a loss, but when you do punt that ball, you are playing for the tie. What was your guys' reaction as you're walking off the field and in the locker room?
At that point, say we do try to kick a field goal, and we miss. It's now that team has the opportunity to get field position back, and it's still time on the clock, and maybe they get in position to kick a field goal, and we do take the loss. So it's a lot of different ways that the scenario could have went. At the end of the day, we tied, and we just gotta live with that. Come in on Tuesday, watch the film, look at the mistakes, because at this point, you don't care about any good that we did. The result wasn't the result we wanted. Look at the mistakes, offense, defense, and special teams, and get them corrected.
Chris and then Mike Luongo.
Yeah, Jalen, how do you feel about the defense's performance today?
Me as a true competitor, I want to win each and every game. I want it to be on the defense's back, regardless, whatever happens. So us getting, maybe one more play, getting a strip sack, getting an interception, whatever it may be, getting a fumble. I feel like we could have got one more play in. You know what I'm saying? It could have made the difference.
We have time for two more, so let's go Mike Luongo and Daniel Gallen.
Jalen, hi. What do you think this team's psyche is at right now? It seems like, for the first three games, things have gone wrong at the worst possible time. You're losing players to injuries. Even though it's early in the year and you have a lot of time left, I realize, but what do you think this team's psyche is right now?
It's the same. Go out, compete Monday through Friday at practice, come out on Sunday and play for the win. My 5 years being here now, that's all this team has ever done is fought through adversity, fought through injury, fought through ups and downs throughout the season. And at the end of the day, we have one goal, make it to the postseason. And once you make it to the postseason, you want to be in the dance. So I don't think at this point nobody's down on themselves. Of course, like I said, it's upsetting. The dudes, may feel some type of way because we did tie, but at the end of the day, we've been here before. You know what I'm saying? And we got the coaches, we got the players to fight through this.
Last question here with Daniel.
Jalen, on that final drive on the sideline, what did you see from Carson Wentz and the offense? What was it like watching that sequence?
Yeah, I mean, they were putting the drive together. You know what I'm saying? They were getting down the field. Then, like I said, unfortunately at the end, we're trying to get in the field goal range, get those penalties, man, that hurt us, because we're confident in Jake, and I feel like if we didn't have those, Jake was going to give us opportunity to ice the game.
How do you view a tie?
Oh man, right off the bat, okay. I don't see it as bad or good. I mean, it's just both teams got to look at the film and just see what we could have done better to get a W. I know for us, I know the defense played a hell of a game, put us in great situations, but we also put them in bad situations. Again, we can't turn the ball over like that, and just it's dumb penalties hurt us this game. So,
Dave, and then Chris Murray.
Miles, you had a really good first quarter, and then 2 drives to start the second quarter. I think 6 straight dropbacks. How frustrating is that for you to not get the ball in those situations?
It's not frustrating for me at all. Coaches have a game plan, and we put all our trust in the coaches. So whatever play's called, and hold on, I'm gonna run it.
Chris, and then Kristen Rogers.
Yeah, Miles, how do you evaluate the way Carson Wentz ran the offense, and especially how he kind of came back from those interceptions that he threw and scored that touchdown at the end?
Repeat the first part.
I was saying, how do you evaluate how Carson performed today, as in terms of recovering from those interceptions?
I saw a lot of leadership. I saw big boy football from 11. You never want to turn the ball over again. I had a mistake last week too, but it's all about how you go about the game, the rest of the game. And I thought he fought his ass off the rest of the game too, and gave us a chance to get a W.
Kristen, and then Martin Frank.
Hey, Miles, when we talked with you earlier this week, you had mentioned that Deuces had said something about the eye candy when it came to this defensive front for the Bengals. What did you see that you were able to do against Cincinnati today?
As far as protection-wise, they didn't bring all the exotic looks that they were doing these last 2 weeks and previous years. They're a Saw blitz team. They like to blitz off the edge. They're bringing one guy on one side, and we were sliding to them, and they had another guy on the left. So I'm keeping my eyes on both sides just in case, But they just like to disguise a lot of stuff, and they didn't really do too much.
Martin, and then Paul Domowich.
Hey, Miles, it seemed like Carson had you open deep and just kind of overthrew you there early in the fourth quarter. I mean, what did you see on that play? And it seems like if you guys had connected, that would have gone for a touchdown. Do you think that's the case?
I believe so. It's just a tough, I don't know if he was getting pressured or anything, but, we'll get it again, man. I take the blame for it, I could have ran on my route faster, and maybe I would have got there. But, there's a lot of stuff that all of us as a team can look at and just grow from it.
Damo, and then Zach Berman.
Yeah, Miles, I wanted to ask you about losing Dallas early in the game. He's such an important part of both your run game and your pass game. Looked like after he was out, you guys probably played more 11 personnel than you probably had intended. Just how big a loss was that?
I don't think it was a big loss. It's next man up mentality over here. So I don't think it was a loss. We got Rich. He stepped in and did a hell of a job too. So it's next man up over here.
Zach, and then John McMullen.
Hey, Miles, after the penalty on the field goal, what did you guys want to do on the sideline? Did you want to go for it on 4th and 12?
No. I guess it's not up to us. It's up to the coaches, and we're going to trust whatever the coach decision makes. So, but we were in a perfect position to kick the field goal and hopefully end the game. But, penalties hurt us, and we can't put ourselves in those tough situations like that.
We have time for two more, so let's go John McMullen and then Ed Kratz.
Hey, Miles, you mentioned that next man up mentality, which I understand, but when you lose Dallas and Deshaun before halftime, did you notice the shift in what you guys plan to do? Did you have to do a number of things a little bit differently? Because those are two proven players.
No, absolutely. I actually don't think we had to do anything different or anything was different. We still had a chance to win the game, and that's all that really matters. No matter who's in there, everybody has to do their job, and it's just as simple as that.
Go ahead, Ed.
Hey, Miles. This was a defense giving up 185 yards on the ground. I know you guys had 175. A lot of Carson Wentz yards in there with 65. Do you think you could have done more, or would you have liked to have touched the ball a little bit more in the run game?
Again, I'm trusting the coaches with the play calling, whatever's called in the huddle. We're going to run it. I have trust in them. They have trust in me. So whenever they want to put the ball in my hands, I'm going to do what I got to do. And whenever they want to pass it, I'm going to block my ass off or get open for Carson. So it's just like that.